You love delicious homemade desserts, but recipes can be complicated and take so long to make. Hi, I'm Barbara McNabb Greenwich here with my new cake cookbook. Imagine this, the perfect slice of cake, moist, fluffy, and oh so delicious. Now imagine you made it. Watch this. Mix the ingredients for chocolate cake, then mix the ingredients for flan. Pour the batter for the chocolate cake in a bundt pan, then gently pour the flan on top and bake. Watch the flan and chocolate cake batter switch places magically to make this impossible cake. Look. Your kids will devour this simple chocolate cake. All you need is a whisk to mix the batter. After the cake is assembled and frosted, you can decorate it with chocolate candies like this to make the cake look like a barrel of chocolates. And one of my favorites, just mix the ingredients, then add grated carrots, raisins, and crushed pineapple. Then bake and frost with cream cheese frosting for the most moist carrot cake ever, just like Grandma used to make. Whether you're a cake boss or a total newbie, this book makes baking a piece of cake. From classic red velvet to moist pound cakes and wild and wacky creations like these beautiful gelatin cakes, you'll be proud to take any of these cakes to your next potluck or cookout. Because I was born and raised in the beautiful country of Belize, I've also included cakes like black fruit cake, white fruit cake, trifle, and milk cake. And there is also a secret extra recipe in the back of the book.
It's really mistake proof. I never knew homemade cakes would be this easy.
Everyone loves my tres leches cake because it tastes so much better when it's made from scratch. And look, I even added a recipe for chocolate tres leches cake. Your cakes just won't look good. They'll taste legendary. Guaranteed. Get your copy of Get Baked today and let's get baking.
Available now at Amazon and BearPantryShow.com.
Hi guys, how is everybody doing? I know it's late for some of you guys and I wanted to come on earlier, but it's been a day. Hi Diane, hi Queen Tandy, hi Christine, hi next Diane. Two Dianes in here tonight. My Diane in Belize and my Diane in Chicago. Evie, hi Steph. Steph, is Mary on right now? I'm not gonna be here long tonight because I know it's late. Evie, you can't. Let me show you what she's barking at. Let me show you what she's barking at. She's barking at this. She's barking at this. She came in here one day and I found the thing crumpled on the floor. She was fighting with it.
Come on, come outside. Lock the door.
Yeah, pull it because she's gonna come back at it. Thank you, baby. She barks at anything she doesn't know. If you put a box in front of her, like next to her bed, she doesn't know what the hell that box is, she'll bark at it. If you put this cup, she don't know what it is, she'll bark at it, okay? She's barking at Minnie. I came in here and I found Minnie crumpled on the floor and Joshua tried to defend Evie and said, well, you know, gravity happens. I'm like, no, the dog took that thing off my little couch. Because this is my little office that I absolutely love. For the people who are new here, I wonder if I'm so afraid to turn my, if I wasn't on this, if I was on the phone, I would turn it and show you guys the office. But the minute you touch the wire here that's plugged into the computer, the whole thing gets disconnected. So, okay, guys. So I told you guys that something was going on and I still can't tell you what the thing is that's going on in this live, but I'm going to ask you to watch the video that I'm going to upload tomorrow. It's going to be a narrated video for Belizean tamales. So it's not going to be very long, right? I'm going to also make it as a short. But the long form video, if you guys notice that whenever I end my videos, I always put a little bit of stuff at the end of the videos. And they're not really bloopers. You know, some people will put bloopers. I tried to do that in the beginning and I found out that I didn't like putting my bloopers because people are so judgmental and they're like, oh my God, you even know what I was doing. I'm like, oh my God, I'm tired of hearing people crap. So I don't put bloopers. I put just something interesting or funny at the end of the video. So at the end of the last video, I put the dog out there at the park with Jada and me, and she was fetching a stick. And Jasmine was like, don't let her fetch sticks because it's gonna, if she picks it up wrong, it can damage her. Girl, you know, we listen. So I told Jada already. Jazz said blah, 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 blah. And she said, okay, I'll listen. You guys are all Jada aunties. Hi, Emmy Bullock. How are you? But no tariff for Russia, right? We're going to get into this foolishness from yesterday. So the thing happened. This thing has been going on since March the 1st. It happened today. And I can now speak about it publicly. And I'm not trying to be coy, but I really want you guys to watch that video tomorrow. And I'll put it towards the end. So you guys can even fast forward the damn video and put it towards the end as to what it is. And I want to tell it like a story. You know what I mean? So the video will come tomorrow, okay? So come back to this man and his effing tariffs. You love tamales? We did the Belizean. I love all kind of tamales. I love Puerto Rican tamales, Mexican tamales, Belizean tamales. But we did the Belizean one. They were so freaking huge. You couldn't even eat a whole one. So, and the tamales was made because of the little celebration, right? Whatever we were celebrating. So, anyways, I didn't watch that foolish man on the 2nd of April. Yesterday was when he did his speech. I didn't watch that fool. I refuse to watch him. I refuse to hear his voice. If I'm looking at a content creator, even if it's a card reader and they're going to play what he said, I mute it. I fast forward through that part. If they're live, I come out of the live. I wait and come back later. There's just some people voices that I can't tolerate, especially if they're narcissists. They make me start to spaz out. You know, it's like, oh, I can't listen to Elon Musk talk. I can't listen to this man talk. Tandy, and you come over from you know who page. I can't listen to that girl talk either. I can't even look at that girl. She's so gross to look at, you know? So anyways, I only know a little bit of what happened because of my card readers. You know, that's where I get my news, right? So I heard that Belize got a 10% tariff. I guess because Belize already has tariff on other places. I don't know. But in any case, it's like, what the hell do we buy from Belize? So, of course, when I go to Costco, I see papaya, I see mango, I see pineapple, right? I think we get sugar. So comment if you guys know if we get sugar from Belize, because I'm not 100% sure. But from the time I was growing up in Belize, that's what we produced was sugar, right? Because there are a lot of sugar cane. So I imagine we get sugar from Belize. So girl, your girl already went and sucked up a sugar. Girl, there's all kinds. There's all kinds of tamales. There's all kinds, yeah. So then he put tariffs on 2 little islands somewhere out there where it's cold, where penguins live. Antarctica, Arctica, pick one. And these islands don't have nobody living on them. No human inhabitants, only penguins. I'm like, what the F is wrong with this? You know, this reminds me of when Martha Stewart was doing her first book and she didn't really do the book, right? Somebody did the book for her and that person effed her up big time. Like they did, this is not exactly what they did, but let me give you an example. Like they would say, boil a pong of pasta in, you know, half a cup of water. We know you can't do that, right? So they did stuff like that to F up her book. And after that, she took control of the book, well, her future books. And that's how she has so much control over what she does, right? So this man, they just say, do this, do this, do this, do this. And they're like in his ear, do this. And all he want to do is go play golf. And I pray to God, one more swing. Ugh, grab his damn chest. I'm so sick of this man, right? So I think I became very disheartened this week. And sometimes I'll just shut down. I wouldn't say that I was depressed because I don't think I have that kind of depression where it goes with chemical imbalance and yada, yada. But I do just kind of I go into my hermit little phase, right? So I shut down this week. They get conked in the box. Who? Alicia, what are we talking about? Girl, did I miss something? So I shut down and I made this hat. Where's Valencia? See, I did all this. I cut all these little things, these little triangles, and I put them in the pattern. And it was hard to get this pattern to where everything met in the middle because there's a way how you. Well, I didn't know how to cut it because the stupid lady didn't talk in her video. She just played music and expect that we supposed to know these things. And I couldn't find it at nobody else's page. So there's a way how you take the interfacer that I put in the hats to make them stiff and you kind of section out where these are going to go. And I did, and I numbered them and everything, but I think these were cut a little bit too bigger than the interfacer. And I had trouble. The last 3, I'm supposed to kind of fold it a certain way to make it, but I think it did good. And so I sewed all that together by hand, And then I went and I did top sew in each crevasse by hand for a design. I did all this by hand, 16 pieces. I did 16 pieces for the brim by hand. Plus I did the hat that's underneath. It's a different hat underneath. And then I did top sew up here around the crown, right in here. And then what else did I do? I put it together, sew the two hat together, pull it through, and then Joe took the sewing machine and Joe sewed right around the trim. So I have this one. It's going to be one of a kind, unique. I'm never making this again. I'm making the pattern, the hat pattern with other fabric, but I'm never doing patchwork again. Joe went and bought me some fat quarters. They only put 5 in the batch now instead of 6. And child, it was on. Today is what, Wednesday? I think I started on Saturday or Sunday. I think Sunday. So I did this. And I love my little hat so much. And I think this is one that I'm going to wear quite often. This is one of the fabric that's in the hat. And I found this blue and a white that I put in there to kind of break it up. I needed some solid colors because it was too much patterns going on. I was getting a headache. So I sewed all this by hand, all by hand, just while I'm watching TV. And I'm just muttering under my breath. And I'm just praying. And then he comes on and he interrupts my friggin' soap opera. You guys know I'm watching that new soap opera, Beyond the Gates. It comes on at 1 o'clock California time. And this man have to come and talk at 1 o'clock. I heard my auntie blew a gasket. Hi, auntie. My auntie was, she was beside herself. So I found it online and I sent it to her daughter so she could show her the episode that she missed yesterday. Yet again, they interrupted the soap opera 15 minutes today to talk about the stock market. Melis's stock gone down. You know, I bought into Amazon when they split, and I don't remember how many shares. I don't remember how many. I paid like $127 a share, and I spent like $1,100 at the time. All of us did. Joshua, Jory, Jada, me. Well, me and Joe are together, and then another friend. Only me and Joe and the friend still have our stocks. The kids already sold all their stocks. Jada said she sold it when she needed the down payment to buy her car a year and a half ago. Joshua sold it just because. Just because. Jory sold it for something. I think when he didn't work for that 12 weeks or something, when he was doing that teacher training thing, he sold it then. Me and Joe still have our stocks and our friend still has her stocks. And it was up to $2,000 the other day. I remember I invested $1,100, so I would have made $900. The stock's down to like $1,400 today. The stocks is down in the toilet today, right? So anyways, come back to this man and his tariffs. Tariffs only hurt us because the companies that are, the countries that are having tariffs levied against them, when we buy from them, we have to pay that. And so the companies here, they're going to upcharge. You're not just going to charge you. If the tariff on a small item was going to be $5 and the item used to be $10 and the tariff now is $5, you think they're going to keep that thing at $10? No, they're going to raise it to $20 and then still have you pay the $5 tariff, then taxes, then shipping. Child, we ain't going to buy shit. I'm telling you already, I'm not going to have a kitchen floor for a long time unless these kids go and buy it for me and say, here's a gift, Ma, and they better not give me that for no goddamn Mother's Day. For Mother's Day, I want a photograph. I want a picture of me and Joe and all 3 of our children because I haven't had a family photo since I was 50 years old. And now I'm finna be 59 in August. So it's been a while since we've had a family photo. You don't have to be professional. We could just set the camera on the stand, put on the timer, snap it. And I like when they goofball. They don't have to be serious. So that's what I want for Mother's Day. So I protected my energy yesterday by not listening to that man and all the foolishness that he's doing. I love to see the bromance break up between him and crazy ass Musk, right? And Musk is exceptionally vindictive. And I've said since day one, since they cheated and got into office last November, I told Joe it's either going to be Putin or Musk that's going to go ahead and reveal what they did to rig the elections. It's going to be one of them two. Because them are the only people MAGA is going to believe. It broke my heart that those people still went and voted red in Florida. And I still feel like there was some cheating that happened there. But even if there was cheating that happened, it wasn't as much cheating as what they did on November 5th. See, I don't like pretend and just lock into this one thing. Those people really went and voted for that man on the 1st in Florida. How can we feel sorry for Florida ever in life? I just praise God that I didn't stay there. When we first came to America, that's where we lived for 9 months, and then we moved. And I'm so grateful. I always tell you that Miami itself, that that place is, well, not the ghetto parts, but Miami on a whole is beautiful. A lot of water stuff and boats and keys and this and that and the third. But I didn't like living there. The weather reminded me too much of Belize weather, and I didn't like the Cubans, especially the light-skinned ones. They were rude. They were obnoxious. They feel like I come here and I get asylum, because I come from this communistic country, and I'm going to come here and I'm going to bully you, right? Because they don't get sent back, because they get asylum because they come from a communist country. If Belizeans come and seek asylum, you stay in the system for a little while and they kick you back home. Not Cubans. So they think they own this country. That's why they didn't want Obama to open that pathway for America to go to Cuba and this, that, the third, because they want it to remain that way. They don't want nobody else come from there. They want the people to stay there and suffer. I didn't like them. Point blank period. There I said it. So I'm glad that I live in California, but it just broke my heart every time I look at Florida. Like I told you, I have family members that are MAGA. And like my sister says, if you're a MAGA, then you resonate with something that pertains to that man. Either you're a sexual pervert like him, or you're a misogynistic pig where you don't like women, or you're a crook, or you're a felon, or you're a racist. There's nothing good that man has in him. Nothing good. So if you love him like that, there's something about you that resonate with him. And I'm saying that about my own family members. I don't even have to go outside and talk to strangers. Talking to my own family members. If you like what he do, there's something about you that's not right. Point blank, period. That's why I pull away from everybody. I talked to myself in here for this whole damn week. Joe's over there singing. Yeah, so I'm not buying nothing. Let's go back. I don't have money to buy nothing. But even if I did, I'm not buying nothing. I'm not buying no new shoes. If I need underwear this year, I'm going to go buy fabric from the little Mexican lady down the street, and I'm going to make my own, right? And anything else that we don't have to buy, we won't buy. My sister, hold on. She sent me a TikTok. And nothing has changed for me at TikTok. That $120 that I made, that they said was going to update on April the 1st, it still didn't update past that. I can show you guys. See? Make sure I'm not putting nothing out there. See? The same one 2018. That's the same money. I don't know when I'm going to get paid. I don't know that I made anything more. And it's like, I didn't make nothing more. I quit right away because they supposed to go dark on the 5th. That Saturday. And I hear that's one of Musk's friends that's buying into it. I don't like that man, and I shut down, especially if I'm not making money. Oh, you didn't miss it. You didn't miss it, sis. You didn't miss it. I sent you a video privately too, but I'm gonna go edit my video that I want to put up tomorrow. I have to have everything cut and edited so that when Joe quiets down tonight, because Joe is always singing. So when he quiet down tonight and Evie quiet down, Evie has a spot. Let me see, 7:00. Oh, she probably gonna go sleep right now. Yeah, when she goes sleep, I'll go in the room and I'll do my voiceover. Because last night, man, I was up late sewing this hat, right? And last night, that dog got up at 1:00. Jada came in like at 12:30 because she went to a drag show because her boss, she was dressed as a girl. So it was her birthday yesterday. And then remember Torrance that came and ate with me, Jada's friend Justin? He was in the show. And so she went to be in the audience. She didn't work. And she came in late, like 12:30. And so the puppy waked then. And at 1:00 in the morning, this puppy had the zoomies and was just running up and down this house from the sliding door to the fireplace down the hallway, fighting with this pig that she has that oink, oink, oink. and just crazy, 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 crazy. And like 2 o'clock, I said, look, I went on my bed. It's time for you to go to your bed. And she run into Jada's room and jump into her little bed that she has in there. And she was boom, out like a light. So, what was I saying? Oh, her surgery is planned for May the 15th. We have an appointment at the vet that's been giving her shots. The bill starts at $355 to spay this puppy. And I'm gonna call when Jada's at home tomorrow. We're gonna call Actors and Friends to is it Actors and Friends? I think that's what it's called. We're gonna call them tomorrow to see how much they'll give in a voucher to the doctor that's gonna do the surgery, so we can know what portion we have to come up with. And I've heard that they give a decent amount. So even if it's $100 out of that 355, that would be considered a decent amount for us. That would be a big help. So I've never been nervous and scared at the pups getting spayed, because we always have female pups. But I'm so nervous about this one, and I guess it's because she's come to heal us, from the loss of Winnie. And so it's like, oh my God, I'm not looking forward to that time at all. I just want her to get through it, get better, and be herself again. But I don't want her to have puppies, and that's another suffering, I think. Big dog. She barks big now. She's 23 weeks. She's 23 weeks, so a little bit over 5 months. She'll be 6 months on the 24th, but based on a lunar calendar, when she turns 6 months, she's actually already going to be like 26, 27 weeks. So I think she'll be about 29 weeks when she gets the surgery, and a week or so before she turns 7 months. So we've never waited this long, but they found out a lot of things since we've last spayed a dog, 10, 11 years ago. And they said if you spay a big dog too early, it messes up with their hormones and messes with their growth. And so Winnie got spayed at 4 months. So this one's, we're waiting quite a bit of time with her. So that's all set, okay? So like I said, I wanted to do the live earlier, but I just want you guys to know that I'm okay. I just kind of shut down. I had that kombucha video to put up for so long, and I think I put it up wrong, because that video was taped in the profile orientation, that when I send it to my phone, I kind of have to crop it to make it be tall on the phone. So it shows good on the computer, but on my phone, it shows tiny. I'm not taking it down. It is what it is. And next time, if I want to put up a long form video that's in the profile orientation, I'm going to send it to my phone, crop it first, then upload it from my phone and go from there instead of uploading it from the computer. But I had it the longest time sitting on the desktop, and I just didn't even upload it. I was just like, oh, I'm done. I'm done. Sometimes making content burns me out, and then sometimes something will come into play that I will get excited to make the content. Thomasina, look at my hat. It's all patchwork. And I sewed every plug by hand. Every piece I sewed by hand, not just joining them together, but also doing the top sew. And then I sewed the second hat underneath here by hand. See, underneath here there's a second hat. See, I sewed that by hand too. So I have a template that I love now. This is the template I like, where it's not too much brim, but I can still bring this down and still cover my face from the sun. That's how you want yours? I just told everybody, not for love nor money, I ain't doing this shit again. I have to really find a video where the lady talks, because this lady didn't talk. She just played music. And I saw what she was doing, but she never told me the size. Like, one spell, it looked like the thing that she put the interfacer for the top part looked like it was smaller than the top part. And when I showed it, and I cut it smaller, then when I showed it to Jojo, goes, no, it wasn't smaller, it was the same size. I go, I can't even see what the hell she's doing. She should talk and explain it to me. See, I think I really do a good job talking to explain what I'm doing with my food, right? So that people can understand, because the worst thing I hate is if I teach something and somebody doesn't get it. I feel pissed. I don't understand how teachers nowadays can teach and the children not learn anything, and the teachers are okay with that. Okay, I got my paycheck, bye. No, if I'm teaching something, I get excited when the student learns and they can do it. And then when they learn to do it better than I can, I get even more excited. I don't get jealous because, and you know where I learned that from a teacher was that when I was in not first form, second form in Belize. And this teacher was named Miss Saniford. For anybody who's like closer to my age that knows that teacher from St. Catherine's, she's retired already long time ago. She's a little coolie lady, and she taught me shorthand. And I didn't think I was very good at shorthand. I understood it, but when I wrote it so fast, when I went to read it back, sometimes I'm like, what the hell did I write here? But if I read it back right away after I wrote it, I'm okay. But later on, I can't wait no 2 weeks to go back and read it. And I was going so fast in shorthand. I was doing 90 words a minute for 3 minutes. And she marveled at my skill, and she was good because she was the teacher. And so I surpassed her pretty quickly, but I didn't think I did. I always admired her, how great she was at it. She admired me. And you want to know how I know that? Even though she would pat me on the back and say, oh, great job, great job. When I moved here to California and I lived down in LA, there was a lady down the street that used to do daycare. And one day, Miss Sandiford, she said we could call her Mackenzie because her name was Constance Sandiford. She said we could call her Mackenzie, like mother, Mackenzie for Constance, right? And she was talking about, the lady was telling her about me, that I live down the way, like 5 houses down the street, and how much she loved me and so on and so on. And the teacher said to the lady, she was my student, and can I tell you something about her? And she raved about me to that lady. And that lady was like, man, you really made an impression on her. And I said, well, she made an impression on me. And so I decided then and there that anything that I learned that I'm going to teach, I want the people to learn how to do it. I'm not going to gatekeep and keep it secret and don't tell nobody. My mom used to get pissed at me when I would tell you guys secrets that she would learn from people in Belize. Like when you do the hot pepper sauce and you cut up all those hot peppers, the habanero peppers, to make it hotter, you put a little bit of cooking oil in the mix, in the vinegar water mixture, right? Because that does something to the capsaicin in the skin of the pepper. Because it's not just the seed of the pepper that's hot, it's those veins that's inside the pepper too. So putting the oil gets it even more fiery hot. And somebody told my mom that as a secret. My mom told me, and I rushed and told my people at YouTube. My mom says, shut your damn mouth. Why are you telling them people anything? Them people wouldn't tell us shit. I'm like, but I'm teaching on YouTube, Mom. This is important, right? Oh, she used to get mad when I would come back and tell the secrets. Like she would say, oh my God, she would say, you don't put vanilla in everything. People like to put vanilla in everything. It doesn't go with everything. So like with the Belizean cake, which is kind of like a pound cake, she would put pineapple extract or lemon, but not vanilla. Belizeans put vanilla in that, and it's very strong in the thingy. So then later on, a restaurant started making the cake and putting pineapple. Never once came back and told me, hey, I got this from you. That's all you have to say. I got this from you, right? Nobody else was putting pineapple. My mom she gave me a list of things before she died. These are the things that hold vanilla, and these are the things that you don't put vanilla. Don't put vanilla in no goddamn bread pudding. Ooh, child. Thank you for the super sticker, Auntie. Thank you for the super sticker, Sina, darling. Thank you very much. May the Lord bless you richly for this donation, because every dollar count. What Honey Boo Boo say? Dollar make you holla, Honey Boo Boo. Who else is in here? Let me say hi to everybody. Hi, Bessie, my darling Bessie. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, you're talking about Evie? You're talking about Evie? Yeah. Hi, Alicia Gardner. Alicia, are you Belizean? Alicia, if you're still here with the last name Gardner, are you Belizean? I'm only asking because I had a teacher that was married to somebody named Gardner, and the teacher was like so cool. I didn't realize the teacher was only like 5 years older than I was. No, not 5. It wasn't 5. It was more like 8. 8 years older than I was at the time. So if I was 12, that teacher was about 20. But he was already married, and I used to adore that teacher. He was so good to us. Didn't stop him from failing me if I failed, but I still liked him. People know the difference between mean and strict. He was strict but not mean. And one day I searched for him and I found him online. I think I still have his number in my phone, but I only called him the one time. And he remembered me, and it was a really, really good conversation. But I didn't feel like I needed a second conversation. You know how that goes? And it wasn't that it was a bad conversation. He's like, "Oh, I remember you, Babs. I remember." He used to call me Babs when my name is really Barbara. None of the teachers ever call me Babs. Okay. Let me cover this up. Hide them. Shit. No, 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 no. Let me screenshot. I'm going to screenshot it so we could save it. The thing was trying to call the damn man. Trying to call the man. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Okay, I hit the man number. That's the name of the teacher, see? I still have his name. My new word for tariff is that it's tariff ridiculous. It is. Did you see in the comments, not in the comments, in the description of this video, I said, you get a tariff and you get a tariff and you get a tariff. He tried to play like he was Oprah. Trying to give everybody a damn tariff. I'm like, to me, like, this man is just playing games. When he built this thing up, oh, I'm gonna make this big announcement, Liberation Day. He should have called it Alienation Day, because he's alienated us from everybody. Nobody wants to be our friends no more. Like my little cousin used to say, "I'm not your friend no more." When she was like 3 years old, she would get mad at Jada when she was visiting with us, and she goes, "Jada doesn't want to play with me, and she doesn't want to lend me her toy." And she goes, "I'm not your friend no more." Tandy, my darling. I wonder what the hell making this noise. It's my foot touching the tag on this chair in front of me, and I'm looking around to see what making this noise. Yeah, so I think I'm back in the swing of things. I recorded a show today. It's Belize and Tamales. I'm going to make it like a long form video first, and I'll cut it up as a short. I also turned the camera that direction to tape it as a short. I have two cameras that can tape in that direction. The short, I don't know if I'm going to do a voiceover with the short, because when people go watch a short, they don't go back and watch the long one if I do voiceover on both. Listen, listen. You guys hear that? That's Evie Peavy. That's that sweet little Evie. Uh-huh. She's in her protective mode now, guys. She's switched from she's still a little puppy because she still cries. She still gets scared, but she switches every now and again to big dog, big dog. See, Thomasina said it, big dog, big dog. She coming to get somebody. And she chuffs a lot like a big cat. She goes, ooh, 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 like it comes from her diaphragm. Judy, I understand. I understand. There's a friend that I don't talk to right now, and she's laying the law down for real. And he's not a Trump supporter by any means. He loves Kamala. He voted for Kamala. Well, he didn't vote. He pissed me off because he didn't vote. But when Trump cheated that night and they said he won, I'm like, he's not going to get inaugurated. He just can't. We know they cheated. And he's all like, no, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, you watch just regular media and I watch social media and regular media. And she's like, and he's like, oh, the MAGAs say that too, that media is lying. I'm like, okay, whatever. You're not really a friend. Bye. So he gone. He gone. You're not really a friend. I've lost family over this foolishness. And when is this man just, man, how can somebody live that long? Isn't he about to be like 79 or something like that? How can somebody live that long eating McDonald's and drinking Coke? I don't understand that. Any regular person would have been done had an A1C so bloody high. A1C probably would have been 10.9, like a big earthquake on the Richter scale. But not him. Not him, though. Not him. I'm like, I'm so sick of this. I can't watch regular TV. I don't, when I watch the soap opera channel 2, I'm so glad that they don't bring no commercials about him in there or nothing about him, what he's doing. I know they interrupted 2 days in a row. I can't watch channel 2 to 13 because they constantly interrupt with some foolishness about this man. I don't watch MSNBC, CNN. I've never watched Fox. So I watch I watch Ion, LMN, and Lifetime. Those are my 3 channels that I watch. And then at 1 o'clock, I watch it. Well, I don't even watch it at 1. I tape it. I tape it. So if there's anything I can fast forward through, whatever, I can't get that man into my brain. No. I promise you, people are going to condemn me. But once that man dies, because I pray to God he dies before I do, once he dies, I'm going to come on this thing and I'm going to have a freaking party. You guys want to judge me and say, oh my God, you're not supposed to laugh at people dying. Well, I asked my cousin, who is a bona fide preacher, he's a deacon in the church and probably a pastor now. And I asked him, why do Christians get so pissed whenever you tell them to drop dead? Why does that get them so pissed? Huh? And he says, I don't, because he's so sweet, right? And he goes, I don't know why, what is the question? And I said, whenever you tell a Christian, drop dead, oh my God, you're so evil. This, you said, as a Christian, when you die, you go be with the Lord. Your spirit goes back to be with the Lord. So, and they say, when my mom died, they said, oh, she's in a better place. Where's this better place? Please tell me. Please tell me where this better place is at. Because if anybody been, they sure the hell did not come back and tell me shit. You know, my friend Linda, when she came to see me on the 1st of October, because my mom had died June and she barely got a car, she borrowed a car to finally come see me, right? And she didn't want me to go see her because her living situation wasn't, exactly conducive to having guests over, because she was not renting a room. She was staying in a room with a friend. So the friend was renting a room and the friend allowed her to stay with her in the room. So she couldn't entertain me, right? So she came to the shop. And then when she left and I told her, come back for your birthday gift that I'm going to have for you for the 14th of October, she said, Lord, say the same. And we had a debate, not an argument, because we never argued. We had a debate as to where my mom was. And I said, I feel like my mom can see us from where she's at. She's with God, right? She goes, no, boo, the Bible says you're in the grave sleep. And I said, but the Bible says a lot of stuff, and later on it says something different. I said, it says the spirit goes back to God who gave it life, right? And she goes, well, if I go before you do, I'll come back and let you know if I can come back. She ain't come back yet. She died 10 days after she walked out of my office. She has not come back yet to tell me shit. I'm still waiting. So maybe she in the grave sleep, like what she said. I think she won that argument. Rich, poor, we all die. And I've told many people to drop dead. See, I've told many people drop dead. And I've meant it with my entire heart. And then when they drop dead, I tell people, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. So it's like, no, once if we can, any of us can go before him. But if he goes before I do, I don't care if it's 2 o'clock in the morning and somebody call me and tell me he gone. Once I go check on the internet and see that he really gone, I'm going to go live. If it's from my bed, I might not turn on the camera in my bed. I'm going to keep the camera off, but I'm going to go live. And I'm going to friggin' laugh. I don't care anymore. When the Christians say, the Bible says you're supposed to pray for those who is in authority above you and pray for your enemies. So if you get kidnapped and you're being held in somebody's basement and that person is in authority above you, you supposed to pray for him? No, I'm going to plot his demise. And another thing, if you ever get kidnapped in a basement and you find other chicks already down there, don't make friends with them. Don't make friends with them. Don't plot leaving with them. Don't make friends with them, because they're already conditioned to live in there and they're going to sell you out. I've seen that in too many Lifetime movies. Me and Joshua go, no, I would not be making any pact with them. The hell? They've been there 10 years? Nope. I'm going to plan my escape myself. Maybe she has nothing to warn you about. But you think so? Well, she said if she could come back and tell me that she's not in the grave sleeping, that she would come back and let me know that she can see me. Watch her come tonight, right? Right? Watch her come tonight. It's like, if you go to a better place, then why you get so mad when I say drop dead? You should be happy. You should want to go to that better place. When my turn comes, if it's not sudden, that's the only thing that I'm going to have in my heart, knowing that I'll go see my mom if it's real. If the afterlife is real. I don't know that it's real. Nobody has come back. Nobody. At least not to me. Oh, yeah. I've had this piece of jade since I was 12 years old. And it used to be in a fake cage, meaning it's not gold. And Joe took it one time and paid a jeweler to put it in this cage because I don't want it polished like regular jade. I want it to stay raw. This is my little jade. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Thomasina said some of them know that they're not going to a better place because of all the shit they done did down here. Watch it be Trump go to heaven and the rest of we go to hell. Watch it be. That's how it works. Like this guy that was Mormon, he told us a joke one day. He was, he wasn't born Mormon. And he said that when the Mormons died and got to heaven, they were whispering to each other because they didn't want the Jehovah's Witnesses over there to know that they were all there. So all of them made it to heaven. All of them made it to heaven. It's crazy. Steph, watch it be him making it and we don't make it there, right? Because it looked like this man have some kind of shit that shines on him. Then everybody keeps saying, oh my God, he was born on an eclipse. No, he wasn't. The eclipse didn't happen when he was born that day. He missed the hour. People, stop making this man better than he is. He missed the damn hour of the eclipse. It's like, I'm so sick of this man getting away with everything. When I sit down and think about the fact that they had 1 million cases against him, he even got the trial on one of them and got convicted. And this man turned right around and then he had his white horse again. How did they put this man? Oh my God, don't get me worked up. Because this is how I get worked up when I'm taking my shower, when Joe's in there brushing his teeth. I'm like, I'm hot, right? And like, how did they let this man take the reins again when this man had all these documents in that bathroom down there in Marilago selling it to the highest bidder? Who knows what they in a Ivana casket, the heavy ass casket, 10 man had to back and she get cremated. I'm like, how did they? Biden, what is you doing? And I'm not even mad at Kamala. People are like, well, Kamala left. No, she couldn't do nothing. She was just the vice president. She didn't have no power. The president had the presidential immunity, and he just walk off and he right up and down train now on Amtrak. They put behind him, keep the faith. Keep what faith? Lord, don't get me worked. Please don't get me worked up. The devil will come first before God does. And it's not, and he not the Antichrist. You know how I know he not the Antichrist? Because the Antichrist is supposed to be charming. There's nothing charming about that diaper-wearing son of a you-know-what. Trials and tribulation. It's like, the Antichrist is supposed to be charming. And look good. No, he don't look good, he not charming. He not on the Antichrist, he must the Antichrist brother. For real, when you see him coming while you run the next way. It's like, and and why these people breed? These evil people like Trump and Elon Musk and all that, why do they breed? I don't trust none of their kids. I'm keeping an eye on every one of them. Even Tiffany ain't shit. Child. Let me see your little emoji, what you have there. Judy. I get worked up, man. Can Joe wait till I take my shower for the day to brush your teeth? Then here I start to talk about Elon Musk this, Elon Musk. I said, Joe, can I just peacefully take my shower? This is the one peace of mind I have. Then he get me worked up. Then I get worked up. How the hell they put this man back in office? Because we know he cheated. He said it. Elon Musk did rig the machines. When is that going to come out? When is some foreign country going to be so pissed? I tell you, no, it's either going to be Putin or Elon Musk that spilled the beans. They're going to come and go, this is what we did, because they're tired of him. This foolishness with Greenland, You know, they were saying that about Alaska before, and all of a sudden America own Alaska, right? He get in and he wanted for some reason to give it to Putin or something. I'm not even using the fake name today because this video is not even monetized. Thomasina is the sponsor of this video tonight. Elon he did dog his first wife. And he seeded his sperm to make boy picnic. And the one of the boy picnic said, I don't want to be a boy, then pick the wrong sperm. So he turned into a gal. And the little Damien, where he carry on with on by neck, that's a little bitty baby. How old that baby? About 3? That baby outside that interview that he did with Fox or whatever, that baby outside that door, they ball. I'm like, send that baby. The baby mother look weird too, though. That baby X, I think that girl have another baby for Elon Musk. I think it's a daughter. And she got 2 babies. And he take this one, will leave her with the other one. If I'm not mistaken, she has 2. She look weird. Her name is Grime. She look grimy all the time. She look like she doesn't bathe. None of them people look like them bathe. Trump don't look like he bathe. Steve Bannon don't look like he bathe. Elon Musk don't look like he bathe. Who changed a little boy diaper? Is it Elon Musk changing his pamper? You know he don't know to wipe no butt. Have you guys sat and thought? Because I sit and I think everything. Like, who am I this baby? This baby don't have a nanny. Richest man in the world and this baby don't have a nanny. Damn. Elon Musk pa again. That's one nasty SOB. He gonna breed for his wife daughter, so his stepdaughter, who he's known since she was 4 years old. The girl called him, he and the mother was divorced for many years. The girl called him to say she needed monetary help. She had this no good boyfriend with him to work. He goes to see that she's okay. Okay, fine. He starts giving her some money to help her out. And pretty soon that money come with strings attached. Bam, this gal breed 2 picnic for him. I'm like, so nasty. Then he has said, Elon find it fine. That's why the boy crazy like that. If you have a narcissistic person in your life, go back to their childhood and see where it started. Because they're not born that way. It started off as something. Either the mother make them feel like they're too big, or they made them feel like they were too small. It's like one extreme to the next. Hey, Christine. Christine, what's going on over there, girl? It's late. It's 10:30 for you guys. Hi, Kathy. Thank you for that beautiful picture posing with the book. Yeah. Girl, it was raining yesterday over here. Cold. 2 nights ago, it was 42 degrees at midnight. I said, Mother Nature, you know that it's spring, right? It's cold again today. It was raining over in Panorama City where my auntie live. It's not raining here today, though. So when I'm done, I'm just going to drink something and quickly go and set up my video. If I set it up and I have it set, I can do that voiceover real quick. And I can have the video ready for tomorrow. I didn't do a thumbnail video yet, or picture. I got to do my thumbnail tomorrow. Y'all. You woke up and your house was at 60. I get it. We haven't turned on the heater. For the entire winter, we turn on the heater 3 times. And not 3 times in the same month. 3 times different time. And that bloody gas bill still gone to $101. I'm like, damn, people so crooked, man. Oh, by the way, Joe got his Social Security today. Praise God. Every month when he gets it, we're going to praise God. And I'm quickly going to go pay my mortgage. Because, child, if they take the money back, I'm screwed. We didn't turn on the heater. We burned the fireplace. We have electric blankets. Still sleeping with all the blankets, especially like I got in bed 2 nights ago and I could not get warm. No matter what I did, I couldn't get warm. I got up and started to walk around the room to get warm. Usually if it's the daytime and I can't get warm, I sweep. Every time I sweep, I get warm, right? So it's 59. Right now, Judy, is it 59? What for you out here right now? Judy, you in the LA area, right? Temp Fontana. 56. It's 56. in Kentucky right now. It's 56. And the winds are 5 miles an hour. It says warming expected over the next 3 days. So, damn, what 3 days? Okay, that's overnight. Okay, so it's gonna be 56. It's gonna be 45 tonight. 10-day forecast. I know what the heck's going on, right? Tonight it'll be 43. Me not like that loas nobody at all. That's not for me. Friday, oh, tomorrow gonna be nice, 72. Sunday, 77. Hallelujah. And then, no, I'm sorry, Saturday, 77. Sunday, 80. Oh, beach. Beach, can I go to the beach? Oh, next week. Look at next week. We're going to start to complain next week. No. Next week, Monday, 79. Tuesday, 79. Wednesday, 86. Thursday, 87. Child, the tent going to be hot. It's going to be hotter than a hoochie coochie. Yeah, they never did fight, Diane. Cora treats her fine. Cora doesn't like hurt her or anything like that. Cora knows she's a puppy, but Cora is an old dog, so Cora is not about this Evie jumping in her face all the time. So whenever she's laying down there in the backyard and Evie go outside, Cora get up and go inside the house. Not that Evie can't go in the house, but Evie respects that. And then she'll come back out. Like Jory came by today and he was petting Cora and she was enjoying the pets, and I had to keep Evie inside because Evie wants to jump in there. You know, she's got that puppy energy. So, and she's protective. She's like, when Evie goes to that gate in the front, Cora will go lay across the gate so Evie can't get past her. So like when we come back home, we'll see Cora in front and Evie behind her. You know, so she's protective. And if Cora's in this room, Evie will go sleep in Jada's room. But if Cora's outside in the backyard and don't want to come in, like tonight, 42, she's not going to be able to stay out there. I'm going to go fetch her ass and bring her in here. And so Evie will go in Jada's room. But if Cora's outside, Evie sleeps in the living room. She knows I got to protect the house because Cora's outside. Oh my God, you've been in the 80s for a while now. We've been in the 40s. Like, what kind of foolishness is this? I don't complain too much when it's hot because I complain a lot when it's cold, and I figure God's tired of hearing from me. I'm telling you, he's tired of hearing my mouth all day long to complain. Mm-hmm. Judy said heat. You don't want the heat, Judy? I love the heat. This is going to be my go-to hat, I'm telling you. I'm going to go look, Thomasina, I'm going to go look to find a video that tells me what size to cut this thing. Then I'll have you measure your head like right here at your hairline. All right? And then we'll go from there because damn, I did all this by hand. Joe would have to do all this on the machine. Yeah, we're doing flip-flop, I guess, with the weather. Because usually California is warm by now. Usually I put my blankets away in May, though. Because we will have a day here or there where it's cold. But this is not a day. This is like 2 weeks of cold. And this little room gets cold because it's right here at the front of the house, see? Right here, that's the porch out there. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up, guys. Measure on a pumpkin. You stupid. I still haven't watched that video yet that I told you I'm going to go watch. But I'll go watch that video and tell you what I saw in case you didn't watch it yet, okay? I think I'll have time. Usually when I'm editing, I have things playing in the background on the computer because especially if I'm not doing voiceover yet, I'm just clipping the parts out. And when I clip the parts out, I'm thinking what I want to say. You know, like today we're going to do this because we're celebrating and I want to tell it like a story. So let me go figure what story I'm going to tell. And at the end of the video is when I'm going to put what it is. And thank you guys for your indulgence because I wanted to come tell you live, but I'm like, no, I could make a video from it. Let's see if the video will get some views, okay? All right. Thanks again, Thomasina, for the super chat or the super sticker, whichever one it was. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys probably tomorrow. All right. Be good to yourself and just breathe. I don't let everything this man does get me worked up because I'll be worked up night and day and arteries are going to constrict, and then I'm going to keel over dead before he does. And so I pick, choose, and refuse what gets me worked up. But it's hard. It's hard, all right? Good night, y'all. Steph, I'll see you over at Mary's if she goes live, all right? I'm so happy to see you because you were missing for a while and I was worried about you. So I'll see you over at Mary's. Bye.